Jerry Hurd, Paul Williams, Gervonta Tank Davis, Zab Judah, goes on and on, man. I've been in there with a lot of killers, man. A lot of killers consistently. And like I said, the top 2 pound for pound hardest hitting dudes, pro, amateur, or sparring.
Anthony Peterson, the brother of Lamont Peterson, yeah, he getting ready to come back and have another fight, but he just dropped some bombs. Salute to the Rize podcast. Anthony Peterson, he stepped in the building and he dropped some bombs. He said he been in the ring with both Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis, and I'm going to let y'all know exactly what he said, right? I'm going to play the audio so y'all can hear it yourself. But before we get into this next video, make sure that y'all hit my like button and sub to the channel if you not already subbed to the channel. And make sure that y'all watch the whole video so y'all can hear the news that Anthony Peterson dropped on being in the ring with both Gervonta and Devin Haney. What's happening with it, y'all? This shit really heating up now, right? Now, we know Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney, they've had a lot of history. It's been stories coming out that say that Gervonta Tank Davis whooped Devin Haney in sparring. It's been other stories come out that say Devin Haney whooped on Tank so bad in sparring that Tank tapped out and he quit. So these fighters been having history going back and forth for quite some time now. You've heard Devin Haney call out Tank Davis, and Tank Davis respond to calling Devin Haney a clout baby. Like I said, it's been a whole bunch of history going back and forth. Now you got Bill Haney going around calling out Gervonta Davis, along with his son, Devin Haney, calling him out, and they saying, look, we not obligated to fight no George Kambosos. The fight that we want to go whoop on Tank. We respect Tank, but we think we could beat him, and we think that fight is a big, huge fight in boxing. With all that being said, you got fans going back and forth debating on who would win a fight between Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney. You got a lot of fans that's saying that Devin Haney will box his head off. You got a lot of other fans that's saying Tank will knock Devin Haney smooth the F out. So the fans are split, and when it comes to this fight, the fans are split right down the middle. I always say that this fight is a 55-45 type fight or a 50-50 type fight, right? But we want to see the fight. Now, recently, Anthony Peterson, right? Anthony Peterson can fight his ass off. I think Anthony Peterson is like 32-1 or something like that. He got a hell of a record, right? Anthony Peterson, he talked about how he's been in the ring with nothing but killers, right? He's been in the ring with Devin Haney. He's been in the ring with Gervonta Tank Davis. And I'm just going to play the audio so y'all can hear exactly what Anthony Peterson had to say about a fight between Tank Davis and Devin Haney. And then we're going to come back and cook on it. And I'm going to let y'all hear some more of what he said after that.
Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney.
It's crazy. I've been in there with both of them. Just recently sparred with Devin for the JoJo Diaz fight. I'm not a southpaw, but I went up there and gave him southpaw work because I feel like if I go up there, I get my name out there. But I'm going with Tank all the way on this one. I got a good relationship with Devin too, but skill for skill, pound for pound, man versus man, I think Tank just too gorilla-fied right now for sure. If I may say that. Everybody else from Jerry Hurd, Paul Williams, Gervonta Tank Davis, Zab Judah.
God dang.
This goes on and on, man. I've been in there with a lot of killers, man. A lot of killers consistently. And like I said, the top 2 pound for pound hardest hitting dudes, pro, amateur, or sparring, was Tank Davis and Zab Judah.
Wow.
And it's crazy. They both southpaws.
Wow. And I heard it from him personally.
Yep. I've been in there with heavyweights, and heavyweights can't compare to how these guys hit. Been there with Sean Porter, a lot of people, man, and definitely them two stood out as far as they power. AB got power too. Don't make a mistake, but Tank and Zab was just a little different. Yeah, you gotta watch out because that nigga knock you out in the spawn. Like facts. Like it's one of those type. You gotta bring your A game, and it won't be to the point where though he even trying to hurt you and knock you out. He just got that type of freakish power. Whereas though he can accidentally knock you out.
So there y'all hear it, man. That man said a lot. Anthony Peterson said a lot. But the main thing is that he said that he's been in the ring with Gervonta Davis several times. He said, you know, because Tank grew up around that area. So he been in the ring with Gervonta from when he was smaller to now. And he said he's recently been in the ring with Devin Haney, helping him get ready for JoJo Diaz. And he says that Devin Haney ain't on Tank level. In no areas, he ain't on Tank level. He said Tank is too much for him, and Tank can knock him clean out. But see, this is the thing, right? They still have to fight. They still got to fight. We got to see how that fight plays out in the ring. But another thing that, you know, really caught my attention is how dangerous Anthony Peterson is saying that Tank is and how hard he hit. Now, we all know that he's dangerous and he hit hard, but this man just said that he's been in the ring with Jarrett Hurd, Paul Williams, Sean Porter, I mean, heavyweights, you name them, he been in the ring with them. And he says that Zab Judah and Gervonta Tank Davis is the hardest punchers that he ever been in the ring with by far. Now, this man said he been in the ring with heavyweights. We all know Paul Williams could crack. Jarrett Hurd can crack. He said Tank hit harder than all of them. They power don't compare to Tank power. He said Tank is on a whole different level when it comes to explosiveness and power. And he said Tank don't even have to be trying to get you up out of there. He don't even have to try to hit you hard, but he just got power like that you gonna go to sleep. And we saw that in the Rolly fight. We saw that in the fight with Rollywood. Tank even admitted, he was like, man, I ain't even throw that shot hard. It just landed and Rolly went to sleep. You know what I'm saying? He went night-night. That boy he still got a concussion from that Tank fight. So we know that if Tank can't do nothing else, that boy can punch. You know what I'm talking about? And there go Anthony Peterson. He let you know. You know, he let you know exactly how dangerous Gervonta is in that ring. In another part of the interview that I didn't play, he was asked a question about Shakur Stevenson. Who will win between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson? And that is the only fighter that they named. They named everybody at 135, and he was just, you know, easily said Tank. He said, can't none of them dudes mess with Tank. But he says that he's never been in the ring with Shakur Stevenson, but he said watching Shakur Stevenson is the only fighter that he gives a big chance of beating Tank. He said he's still going to go with Tank because, of course, you know, he's biased for Tank. He didn't see Tank since he was a kid. But he says Shakur Stevenson is the only one that'll have him nervous in the ring with Tank. He says because the skills that Shakur Stevenson possessed is on a whole nother level. So he says that is a very, very tough fight for Tank. That's a 50-50 type of fight. And Shakur is the only fighter that he can see causing Tank problems and maybe even, you know, getting a victory over Tank. And I've been telling people the same thing. I think that Shakur Stevenson skills is on another level, and Shakur Stevenson has the skills to beat Tank. He has the skills to nullify the things that Tank do and how dangerous Tank is just with his defense alone. But yeah, man, like I said, Tank Davis is a great talent, but he needs to fight these fights that we keep mentioning him in. It's past due time. Tank needs to fight these fights because we can't crown him and say that he's all of that until he go in there and beat at least one of those fighters. And we see how he performs against the top A+ level fighters. He needs to do it. It's past time. But yeah, that's some, you know, that's some news from somebody that's been in the ring with both Tank Davis and Devin Haney. And he didn't hesitate. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard him. He didn't hesitate. He think that Devin ain't really got too much on Tank in all of them areas that he named. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Smash the like button. And y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone, y'all.